switch gears and talk about trading. So before we get into the meat of the call, I wanted to do just a few updates, check in with everyone trading wise. So a lot of good updates. I was going to do a PowerPoint, but I figured I'd just talk it through. So first of all, Coach Max dropped the announcement today that the intermediate section, at least parts of it or most of it, is in the back office today. So I'm super, super excited about that. My day's been pretty busy, so I have not had a chance to go into Epic University yet and take a look. Has anyone done so yet? It just came out today. I thought someone was speaking. Yeah, so super excited about that. Glenda says yes. Yeah, I'm so excited and just proud of Coach Max and just the what's the word? I'm just excited about how comprehensive that back office is. So much good stuff, and there's just so much more that she wants to release to us. There's the Sniper Academy that's coming. There's the advanced section. I think this is really just the premier trading education platform, available. I've been around the block a few years in terms of trading, and this is it's just so comprehensive. I'll share my quick story. When I started trading over 3.5 years ago, I spent the first 6 months literally watching videos in the company that I was with. So, there was an abundance of educational videos, and I knew a lot. Like, I literally didn't even touch MT4. I literally watched videos for up to 6 months. And then I opened my demo account and I opened my live account. And guess what? I did not have a strategy. I literally spent 6 months learning about Forex, A to Z. I could cover all the topics, but I did not have the first strategy to help me with my trades. So all that to say, what we get in our Epic back office is practical. And that, being practical has a lot of value. We can translate what we see in the back office literally to Tradingview and MT4 and help us learn how to trade. So I can't say enough about that. Super excited about the intermediate section. Let me go to the chat, make sure I'm not missing anything. Yeah, I hear you, Mo. Me too. So before I forget, and let me paste it again, these sessions are always recorded and will be uploaded to my YouTube account, which I'm pasting in the chat now. So either late tonight or first thing in the morning, this recording will be placed there, and all the other ones that we've done for Epic. Forex for Beginners, we meet here each Tuesday at 6 p.m. Once a week. And just, our goal is to help fill in the blanks, help fill in the gaps. Learning Forex can be like learning a second language. And this is a nice personal kind of interactive session where you can get your questions answered. And we just want to make sure that, no one is lost or left behind. So definitely feel safe. It's a safe space. No question is too beginner. You can unmute yourself to ask a question or place it in the chat, and we'll just be happy to help. So with that being said, I always want to make sure we have a topic to cover tonight, but is there anyone who is super, super brand new and you do not have a demo account yet? If that's you, can you place a 3 in the chat? Because I have some material to go over if you are brand new and need to know how to get started. So a 3 in the chat if you don't have your demo account yet and you're brand new. Okay, if not, I will assume that we don't have anyone in that category. Okay, so updates. We talked about the intermediate section being dropped today in Epic University. Also, David Luciaga has started dropping additional epic Forex signals. I don't know if anyone has noticed that, but some of us were with David in a previous company. We know how fire those signals are. So hopefully you all are connected to the Epic Forex signals chat, because we already had fire indices signals from Damo, right? So now, in addition to the other traders who are dropping signals, we have some additional. Yeah, he is, Mo. We have some additional Epic Forex signals. So if you notice more signals coming in through the chat, then that's probably the reason why. And also, I don't know how many of you have had a chance. There's so much in Epic. Sometimes I like to do a few highlights just to make sure, because it's easy to miss because there's so much good activity going on. I don't know if you guys have noticed one of the newer traders, Jojo Charles. He started, I believe, late October. And let me I think I have the calendar up. Let's see. Yeah. Hopefully everyone is utilizing this calendar feature in your back office. Let me make sure I'm sharing that. Yeah, there we go. So in your back office, one second, the passcode for the meeting today changed. So I wanted to make sure that everyone had that. 1 second. I have someone messaging me that wanted to join. Okay, so yeah, the calendar feature in your back office. It's a great way to know about all the different sessions, because when Epic started, the main 3 sessions were New York at 7 a.m. Eastern, for then the Asia session at 9 p.m. Eastern, and then London at 2 a.m. But since then, now there is, on several days, there's an 11 a.m. intro to Forex. So anytime we bring on new team members, we should definitely link them into this call. Then certain days of the week, there is a study hall session. I believe Jeffrey does every Monday. He's our resident crypto expert. So there's the 7 p.m. study halls where they mark up the charts. Then there are additional honors classes. Tokyo Pips talks about Heikin-Ashi candles and other topics of interest. That's normally at 3 p.m. Eastern. And then Jojo, the new marketer. So for this week, I believe he is on Tuesday and Wednesday at 5 a.m., the market maker theory. So I've been, over the holiday break, I was able to tune into some of his videos, and I am just so excited about he doesn't call it a strategy, but for lack of a better term, I'll say his strategy that he teaches. I highly recommend beginners, intermediates, advanced, all of us can benefit from his method. I'll just in 30 seconds, just kind of sum it up. And I really suggest everyone watch it, because I don't want to minimize the importance of it. But he shows how the market makers are out to sort of trick or entice us retail traders. And by retail traders, we mean those of us who use trend lines and support and resistance and Fibonacci and EMAs and all those lovely methods that are so fun to learn and use to trade. The market makers are out to entice us and trick us just to, move the market in a different direction. So he gives us a way to trade with the banks, i.e. institutional trading, so that we can stay profitable and have winning trades day after day. So check out Jojo Charles. I think that's it for the updates. Okay, Glenda in the chat says Tokyo Pips cloud strategy is very good for just getting started. Awesome. I have not checked that out. There's so much back here. So thank you, Glenda.
Hey,
Hello.
Miss Tasha, this is
Yes.
Giovanni.
Hey there.
Is the schedule out for JoJo?
Well, based on this week, because I don't know if it's the same each week, but I see that he has he had a 5 a.m. this morning, 5
Ooh.
a.m. Eastern, and then tomorrow morning, 5 a.m. Now, I'm glad you mentioned that, Giovanni. These extra classes, the honors classes, the market maker theory classes with JoJo, they are actually in Epic University. So, the live sessions will show the 7 a.m., the 9 p.m., and the 2 a.m. But for these extra classes, the study halls included, go into Epic University, and on the drop down, like for JoJo, you would click on Market Maker Theory, and then you would see all 10 or 11 videos that he's done since he's been here.
Oh,
That's where
okay.
that's where you'll find the study halls as well. So much value, so much value. And we have our other impact over profit educators here on the call. And we have a wealth of information with our weekly calls as well. So there's just so much good stuff here. We have Mo on the calls. I know he does markups on Thursdays and mindset on Sunday. We have Miss Daisy and Savvy. They do a wonderful opportunity call on Wednesday evenings. Savvy does her training on Saturdays. Ashonda does an amazing markup call on Monday. She's so knowledgeable. The ladies do a mindset call on Wednesday. There's another opportunity call that Stacy does on Friday. I believe it's Stacy. So lots of good stuff, y'all. Lots of good stuff. So give me a second. I will share my screen and we'll jump into the information for this evening. So we'll go over currency strength. Yeah, a lot of sauce, Mo, too much sauce. We'll jump into currency strength. That'll take about maybe 15 minutes. And then we'll go into Q&A. And that's when you guys come off mute. We'll jump into Tradingview and you can ask questions about what we covered today or, anything else that you have on your mind. So 1 second. Give my screen a chance to catch up. All right, currency strength. So before we jump into the strength, let's just go over some basic concepts. Let's take EU, for example, Euro USD. This is our currency pair. So if we're trading Forex pairs, we have two currencies placed side by side. So this first currency, the euro, that's known as our base currency. And the second currency, USD for US dollar, that's known as our quote currency. So a Forex pair has two currencies side by side. The first one is our base. The second one is our quote. And here's something that I don't know if you thought about. When we see the price, what we're actually trading when we want, if we do a buy or if we go long, we expect price to go up. If we do a short or a sell, we expect price to go down. But what actually is that price? The price is the amount of the second currency needed to buy the first. So when we're in Tradingview or when we're on MT4 and we see this price for EU is the nickname for Euro USD. When the price is 1.300, that means it would take $1.30 to buy 1 euro. So just a little explanation of what the currency pair means as it relates to the price. So buying versus selling. So what does it mean when we actually place a buy or when we place a sell? So when we place a buy, we're going to keep using our euro or EU example. That means we expect the price of euro to go up or the price of the USD, the quote currency, to go down. So to the contrary, if we're placing a sell trade, that means we expect either the price of euro to go down or the price of the USD to go up. So we're working our way to understanding currency strength, but we got to break it down first just so that we know what the pair means and what it means to buy and sell based on each particular currency. Now, there's another way that we can say that same thing. When we place a buy trade, that means we expect the strength of the euro to go up or the strength of the USD to go down. So we can interchange price and strength because those two kind of correlate and go together. So if we're placing a sell trade, that means that we don't expect the euro to stay very strong, but we do expect the strength of the US dollar to go up. So this is leading us to understand currency strength, what it means, and why we buy and why we sell based on each currency pair. So there's something called a currency strength meter. And what it does is it calculates the strength, let's say, of the US dollar. So how will it do it? I won't go into all the specifics of the math, but in general terms, it's going to calculate the strength of every Forex pair that has USD. So it's going to look at USD JPY, that's UJ, or Euro USD, that's EU, GBP USD, that's GU, and AUD USD, that's AU. And it's going to look at the strength of the dollar in each of those pairs, everything that has any foreign currency pair that has USD in it, calculate its currency strength, and use a formula to kind of average that all together and get the overall result for the US. So the Swiss franc will have a currency strength. The euro will have a currency strength. The Mexican peso will have its own currency strength. Every currency can be measured in terms of its strength. Is it strong or is it weak? Or is it somewhere in between? So there are websites that you can go to, and we're gonna go through one right here called LiveCharts, and it will actually show you the strength of the main currencies. So here's the website, livecharts.co.uk/currency-strength. And based on this just graphical feature, the more green you see, the better. So in this example, euro would be considered really strong. And to the contrary, GBP would be considered really weak because it has just the red. And then, a currency can kind of fall in between. So JPY would be kind of in the middle, not super strong, not super weak. So I'm just going to show you a few different ways that you can get the strength of a currency. So here's one website that you can use. Now, when I first learned about currency strength, probably over a year ago, there were a couple of apps that we would download. And it was super easy to just open up the app and right away get a really clean visual graphic of USD or JPY to see if it was strong or weak. Well, now, a year later, I was surprised that most of these apps now come with a cost and they weren't free anymore. So here's what you can do to get just a quick summation of the currency strength. Here's another example, and it's called Currency Quake, currencyquake.com. So this is going to show you the currency strength based on a time frame. So if you're trading on the 1 hour, you can find out the currency strength of, a particular currency based on that time frame. They can break it down that specifically. So looking at this, This says NZD here. Let me try to zoom in a little bit. So looking at NZD, it's going to be one of the stronger pairs. And then both USD, because they're trending negative, USD and JPY, based on this chart, would be, and GBP would be our weaker pairs. So the more positive, the stronger, the more negative, the weaker the currency. So that's another site that you can go to get just a quick glance of the currency strength. One second, I think my PowerPoint is stuck. There we go. All right, so I've given you two websites that you can go to. Tradingview also has an indicator that you can use. Now, depending, we talked about this last week, depending on the which plan you have in TradingView, sometimes you may be limited by how many indicators you can see on the chart. That's why I wanted to give you the website. So in case you have the free version where you have just one indicator, or I think the next level up, you have 5. So you don't have to put it on your chart as an indicator. You can use those other 2 sites, but I did want to show you how you could do it here as well. So, and we'll go into TradingView when we're done with this, but I just wanted to show you here first. So in TradingView, FX is where you go to find all your indicators. So when you click on FX, then you get a search bar. And if you type in currency, this is one of the easier ones that I found. Currency strength indicator. Cool Charisma is the author. So the creator of the indicators, that's the link that you'll see here in blue. You don't want to click on that because it's going to take you to another web page with additional information. You want to click on the actual link or actual title of the indicator itself. So when you do that, it's going to add something like this on the bottom to your chart. And their numbers here on the side. So I just left the basic ones, and this top line will be 80. This lower number is 20. So the closer to 100 you get, the stronger. And the closer to 20 or 0, the weaker the currency. So here, if you click on settings, and settings is an important part of any indicator that you put on your chart. So you can see here, the eyeball, that's how you hide it. Sometimes your chart can be kind of busy if you have a lot of indicators on it. So at any given time, you can click on this eyeball and it will hide that specific indicator. But this next icon that's showing here, that's how you change the settings. So if you click on that, this indicator can show you the currency strength for all of these currencies: Euro, USD, GBP, AUD, Chef, which is Swiss, JPY, and CAD. So maybe you're only interested in Euro pairs or JPY pairs. You can just put a check mark or check the box for the ones that you want to see. That can help your chart be a little less busy as well. And then, so for this one, I only wanted to see Euro. So I chose the color purple, and I'm going to use a line, and that's how you can see it here at the bottom. Now, so we've learned about a couple of sites that we can go to see the currency strength. We've learned about an indicator that we can put on our chart. Why do we even care? What is the importance of the currency strength? Well, for one, it can be a confluence. So remember, when we're buying, then we think that that first currency is going to be strong and that its price is going to increase. So if we're planning to buy USD JPY, for example, you can use the currency strength meter to make sure that the USD is strong. And you can also check to see if JPY is weak. Now, you don't have to have both of those conditions for your trade to win, especially if you're only going for 20 pips. However, what a great confluence if you can find a time to trade when the US is strong and the JPY is weak. Now, I've known some traders say they don't have a favorite pair that they like. They literally go to the currency strength meter, and that helps them decide what they're going to trade. So if they saw this picture here, which we found, I think, on one of the first websites, if they saw that euro was strong and GBP, euro was really strong and GBP is really weak, they would actually pick that pair and do a buy on euro GBP. So some traders can actually use the currency strength meter, take the strong ones, match it against a weak one, and there's your trade. Or that's what you want to pull up in Tradingview and analyze, because you're going to expect to see some volatility, some good action on that chart, because a currency that's strong should, in theory, should be parallel with strong moves. And that's what we want to see. We love to trade in trending markets. All right, so that's it for the PowerPoint. Now let's go in the Tradingview, and whatever questions you guys have, we can look at some more things. 1 second. New share. All right, let me show you a cleaner chart. So here is Euro USD, and here is at the bottom the currency strength indicator that I added. So here I can hide it if I don't want it shown anymore. Okay, come back for me. My internet must be having a hard time. Let's see if it'll let me go to settings. There we go. So here's what I showed you on the PowerPoint. If I wanted to see the strength of the US dollar, maybe I want that in red. Let's make it a strong line. Here you can change the thickness of the line. Maybe I want it a little thicker. And as you can see, now it's adding the USD. It would be great if it could label it, but I don't think it can. Nope, not on this particular indicator. So we can definitely see that right now, the US is a little on the weak side. So that could explain potentially why euro. Let's go back to our settings. Yeah, so euro is the one in purple. You can see that it's pretty strong. We can see that the USD currency is on the weaker side. And are we surprised that we're seeing a strong uptrend? Nope, we are not. All right, guys. So it is right at 6:31. Let me go to the chat, make sure I haven't missed anything. What questions do you have, or any comments? I'm also going to, let's take a look. Let's go back to the currency meter and add in JPY. Let's put that in green. Make it a little thicker. Okay, so yeah, we can see that USD, I'm going to add it here so we don't forget. So we'll have USD in red, and then we'll add Euro in our blue. And then we'll add JPY in our green. So that way we'll be able to keep up with what's what. So if we were to look at UJ, neither currency is trending very strong. So might that mean consolidation? I don't know. Let's take a look at EJ. What do you know? Consolidation. When both of our pairs were on the weaker side. And so this currency strength indicator, it updates every time you switch your currency. So I think it just needs a minute to reappear here. Yeah, there we go. So again, I think it's just a good confluence. And as I was listening to one of JoJo's classes, he actually uses it as a confluence, probably just before he gets into a trade. So do we have anyone new to TradingView? If so, I have a setup video on my YouTube site with how to set up your TradingView account. If you notice, my candles are quite unique. You can just right click and go to settings, click and here on symbol. So the body of the candle, my up candles, my bullish candles are in this blue color, the body and the wick of the candles. And my bearish or down candles are purple. You can customize this any way that you like. The more traditional colors are green for your bullish or up candles, and then red for your bearish or down candles. Okay, to go over some quick basics, we use, if you want to mark your support and resistance, there are a few tools that you can use for that. You can right click and go to horizontal line. It's probably the quickest way to do it. And then you can right click and go to settings. Right click and go to settings. There we go. And if you go to style, you can choose the color of the line, just like we did for the other indicators. You can choose the opacity. I like to use an opacity that's less than 100, because that way I can still see the candle body and my line doesn't cover it up. Notice if I go all the way to 100, it's kind of overlaying the candle. That may cause me to miss something, especially if my line is thicker. So that shows you the thickness. That changes the opacity, and you can make it any color that you want. Another way to draw your support and resistance, especially if you want to mark more of a zone, some like to include the wicks in your support and resistance. So for that, you would come down to geometric shapes. Click on rectangle, kind of drag it the way you want it. Click again to stop it. And just like we did with the horizontal line, you can right click, go to settings. Nope, that's the line. Okay, there we go. So if I right click on that and go to settings, yeah, I can shade the background any particular color. I like these check boxes. If you extend it right and extend it left, no matter where you are 3 weeks from now on your chart, this support and resistance zone will still be there. Without extending it, then, a few days from now, it'll save you from having to click on it and make it longer. So that checkbox kind of helps you there. All right. I don't see any questions in the chat. Do you guys have any other questions or concerns, even outside of currency strength meter on TradingView that I can attempt to help you with? Don't be shy. You can type it in the chat or come off mute. Anything at all. Any questions about something in the 2-week syllabus or any questions about a chart that you have we can take a look at? Well, I'm going to ask you guys a couple of questions.
Tasha, I have a question.
Yes.
Sorry.
Hey there.
I was trying to get off mute. Can you remind me again how you were able to see the two pairs at the same time? So I know there was a way to split the screen.
Oh,
and
yeah.
then there was also another way to like show two pairs on one chart.
Absolutely. Yeah. So I don't think you can do this on the free version, but as long as you have the first paid version, then you should be able to click here where it says select layout. And if I click here, you can have two pairs side by side. And so if I click here, yeah, I'll tell you when this is how I like to use it. Let's say I wanted to look at UJ here on the 1 hour, then maybe on this side, maybe I type in UJ.
Oh, but on like the 15-minute.
Yes, and I'm gonna change my time frame. There. So on the left, when I click, okay, that's the 15-minute. Then here, will it let me change it here? 1 hour. Is it making it be the 1 hour here too? If I go to my settings, I think I may have made it correlate. Let's see. Select layout. So if I take out the interval. So now I have the 1 hour here, and on this one, there we go. So 15 minutes, I can look at UJ, get like a really close bird's eye detail view, but sometimes you don't want to lose the overall picture of what's going on. So there you go. So that was something I kind of learned about. If you click here on settings, sync on all charts. So when I had that interval, when I had that shaded as blue, then it's going to show the same time frame on both charts, as well as the same.
Oh.
Yeah.
But if you want it to be different on one, you got to do.
You just got to make sure the interval isn't blue. So, yeah. So now, like, I can even make this one be the 4 hour. So I can have the 4 hour on the right, and then on the left, I'm still on the 15-minute, whichever one is blue. That's the one that's highlighting for that window.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Yep. So Elise teaches about divergence, which I won't cover here because I think that's a little advanced, but that's another reason why you would want to have two different pair actually in each window using what she taught. Oh, Roz is on the phone. Hey, Roz.
Like I learn something new every time I come on your call.
Awesome. Roz says, yeah, you must have the paid version for the split screens. Yeah, no problem, Roz. I kind of learned that the hard way myself. Like, darn it, why won't it change? I didn't even know that there was a settings for the split screen. So, yep. So if I click on that interval, then it's going to make sure that these are on the same time frame. And as long as I unclick it, then I can change it. So I could put this one on the 5-minute, and I can make this one go to the 1 hour. Yeah.
Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Thank you, Zally. Thank you. I hear you. Yeah. TradingView. I love TradingView. When I first started trading, at least a year or so, I didn't even know TradingView existed. So I marked up my chart and followed my trade on MT4. But now that I know about TradingView, I only trade on my phone. And so I have MT4 on my phone, and my computer is always up with TradingView so that I can follow the charts. Yes, Mo, MT4. I can't believe that I did actual analysis there. I mean, it's great. If I'm on the go and I'm monitoring my trade, then yeah, you can definitely use MT4 for a quick view. Michelle, I will paste my YouTube channel in the chat for you to save you from having to scroll up to find it. Do I still have it? Paste. 1 second, let me find it again. Mo, what's the TV app? What is that?
TradingView app.
Oh, that's funny. Yeah. I'm laughing at myself. Yeah, I like TradingView on the phone. I even have a team member who will draw lines and everything, draw trend lines using his finger on the phone. I find it a little hard for actually marking up a chart, but there are some who can do it. Share, copy link. Mo was messing with me. You got me, Mo. You got me. I'm like, TV app, please share. What is it? I'm not the only one. Yeah, TV stands for TradingView. You can. Does everyone have TradingView, the TradingView app? Because, sometimes I'm in a trade and my dog wants to go outside. So I'll make sure I have my phone, and I not only can I monitor my trade, but I can pull up TradingView and take a look at the candles. So I for sure use it, use the app. Yeah, the one advantage, and I will say it's an advantage for using MT4 on your desktop, is that once your trade is in profit, you can set a trailing stop that does it for you automatically. Okay, so let's say, looking at this UJ on the 5-minute, let's say that I entered here. Let's say that I entered here for my sell. So let's say my TP was somewhere here. So if this is my entry point, my stop loss is someplace above. Well, as price starts moving, it's not gonna let me grab that arrow. As price starts moving, to manage this trade effectively, you want your stop loss. Let me just do another arrow. So as price is moving, you want your stop loss to move with it. So here's current price. Let me just add a text box for stop loss.
So you're bringing your stop loss into profit?
Yes, and it actually is called a stop profit, because you're no longer can lose the trade. If you enter here at the top, so that's where this is where your entry is. You only get one entry, that doesn't change, right? But as you come into profit, then you're going to literally follow the profit and trail it. That's where the term comes from. So the trick is, how do you trail it close enough to give it some wiggle room? You don't want to be too close. Some people do 20 pips, maybe 30 pips, some like a tighter trailing stop, maybe only 10 pips. And it really depends, if ultimately, if this is your TP, TP stands for take profit, then at some point, you know, you may have your trailing stop loss here. And as price hits that TP, you know, should it reverse, then all of this would be your profit from your entry to your stop loss. All of that would be profit. And this is called protecting your profits. If you leave your stop loss, you know, up here, then you run the risk of a news event. The president can make a tweet, anything can happen. And there's a crazy bullish, you know, spike in the market, you know, caused by news. And what happens to all of that profit is gone because you didn't protect it. But as long as, have you heard traders say, move your stop loss to break even?
Mm-hmm.
So what that means is Tradingview is really messing with me.
You don't lose, or you don't lose anything.
Exactly. So it means that you can literally move your stop loss to the same point as your entry. So if your entry was 104.420, after your, some people say 30, 25, 40 pips in profit, then you can move that stop loss from above to entry. And actually, you kind of need to move it a little below to cover your spread. Let's say if your entry was 104.42, but your spread was 1 pip. If you move your stop loss exactly to 104.42, if price retraces and takes you out of the trade, then you're still negative a pip because you got to pay the broker no matter what. So when traders say, you know, move it to entry, they're actually meaning minus your spread. You want to move it maybe just slightly 1 or 2 pips below, depending on what your spread is.
I have a question. For your brokers, other than Hugo's Way that does indices, I know the Tradingview or Trader's Way doesn't do indices,
Right.
but Hugo's Way does. Is there another broker other than Hugo's Way that do indices?
Yeah, LQDFX does. And yeah, Damo mentioned to us a while ago that I think if you're in the Caribbean, you can't use Hugo's Way. So I do have a video that covers how to set up an account with LQDFX.
Oh, okay, great.
Yeah, and I'll probably add a couple more just so that we have a variety.
Yeah, because a lot of people can't use Hugo's Way,
Right.
for some reason. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So LQDFX is good for indices. Yeah, you definitely have to.
How's the spread?
Yeah, I think the spread is better on Hugo's Way, especially for indices.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, let us get you some other options too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we'll come up with some other. Anyone else on the call have a good recommendation? Ooh, Neri says Prosperity. Neri, can you do indices on Prosperity? I have not used them.
She said yes.
Awesome, awesome. Mo says he doesn't ever look at the spread. You're gonna pay it anyway. Mo is just big time. Mo is making pips. He doesn't care about the spread. Spread is lower. Awesome. Maybe that'll be one of my next videos, is to go over Prosperity. I've heard other traders talk good things about them. Yeah. In the past, I have used FX Glory as a broker. I really like them because their spreads don't change. So around the election time or when there's high news, a lot of brokers will just, you know, the spread is dynamic. It's not static. It can change at any time based on how the brokers feel. So we know around the open and close of the market, the spread will really get big, right? So, you know, if a trade is ever called in Epic, you know, close to 5 o'clock Eastern, then some people will say, I'm just going to wait till about 5:30 because the spreads are crazy right now. And you accept the spread whatever time you enter. So if you enter a trade, right around 5 p.m., 4:55, that spread on, EU may be 4 or 5 when it's normally one pip. It may be up to 4 or 5 pips. How does that, how does the spread make a difference? Well, when you enter your trade, you will stay red until price moves enough pips to cover your spread. So that's when the spread makes a difference. I'll never forget, I've been on trade parties where, a group of hundreds of us are taking the same trades. And so it was always so frustrating when some would say, yay, I'm in profit. And those with higher spreads were like twiddling their thumbs, like still in red, still in red, still in red. So that's when the spread can really, make a difference, because the lower the spread, the quicker into profit, the quicker into blue you'll go.
Yep.
All right, prosperity. I'm hearing good things. All right, I may have to check it out. A lot, as a beginner, one broker is fine. Those of us who've been around the block, probably have several or have had several brokers before. Yeah. So what I liked about FX Glory is their spread never changed. So it was a little higher than most brokers, but I could trade any time of the day, news, close of the market. I never had to worry about the spread changing. And there was also no commission. So have you ever noticed that? I hear you, Delvani. Have you ever noticed that if you enter a trade and for whatever reason, maybe it doesn't hit your TP by 5 p.m., so you're going to stay in that trade to the next day? Well, the broker is going to charge you a swap fee. It may be small, like maybe 5 cents. If it's Bitcoin or if it's an index, it's going to be a lot higher. So when the close of the market is officially 5 p.m. Eastern. So any trade that you hold past that time, even if you opened it at 4 p.m., any trade that you hold after 5, you're going to be charged that swap fee. So, for most of us intraday traders, that really doesn't make a difference. It may be 5 cents, but if you're a swing trader and you're trying to hold a trade for, a week, or longer, that swap may or may not matter to you. But yeah, FX Glory doesn't have any swap fees, but they don't have indices. So brokers are kind of like grocery stores, they all have their different pluses and minuses. Mo says, I have so many brokers because every time I blow an account, I go to a different broker. I'm running out of brokers. Been there, done that, Mo. I feel you. It's like, which broker, I'm going to make my trade, with the broker that still has money in it. So I hear you. I hear you. No problem, Roxanne. Thanks for joining us.
Yeah, thanks for that information.
Yeah, no worries. No worries. So I am going to, personally, I am listening to more of JoJo's sessions. I really like his method. So, we can kind of close it with what I've learned from him so far, because I don't know. I think, so what I've been doing the last, I don't know how long it's been, but I've been trading NAS 100. Savvy and I talk often about NAS, and I was definitely making good money with NAS 100, just studying it. And you know how it's recommended that you have, your one asset or your one pair. Well, NAS 100 was it. And ever since the election, for me, NAS 100 has been super, super hard to trade. Like, it was breaking all of the rules. Yes, Savvy. Oh, NAS, LOL. Yeah. So it was really making me second guess myself, and all the success I had. I said, well, what is happening? I don't understand. So then I listened to JoJo Charles sessions, and he says, the market makers, they will give you a break and retest so that you are confirming your buys only, to pull price down. Or those of us who love our Fibonacci's, he said, it'll give you a perfect fib retracement to the 61.8. and you're convinced it's going up, only for the market makers to fool you, to pull it down. And so he was really validating or explaining everything that I had experienced, most recently in the last couple of weeks with NAS. So it's been a couple of days, definitely catching some pips with his strategy. Again, I don't want to try to explain it because I'm just really impressed with his method and delivery. And he's only been trading for about 2 years. He's a fisherman by trade. So I'm super excited to have him as part of the Epic family. Yeah. Nice. All right, guys. Well, it's 6:58. If there's nothing else, I will get this call recorded and add it to the channel.
Oh, thank you.
No
Thank you so
worries.
much.
Yeah. Delvani says NAS has been bad for me the last couple of weeks. It made me cry. I feel you, Delvani. I feel you. It definitely had me second guessing myself. So I've decided to take a NAS break. So I am focusing on Forex pairs, and I'm having fun again. I think we do
NAS was
better
your
at the...
favorite, wasn't it?
I'm sorry, say it again.
I thought you loved NAS.
I know, until the treachery began, and I did not love the treachery. I said, what is happening? It totally had me second guessing myself, and I was no longer enjoying it. I wasn't enjoying it. And for me, I do better at the things that I enjoy. I tell my math students that all the time. So I'm enjoying trading again because I switched to my Forex pairs. I'm using JoJo's market maker theory.
Oh, I love that. I love it.
It's fun. I'm actually enjoying it.
Size is huge. But he makes every trade. I'm telling you.
I hear you. I'm so excited.
I love it. Tasha, are you coming to the event? Epic's having the first national, I think it's rewards and training.
Yeah, in Vegas.
Yeah, are you coming? It's January the 9th. I was like, I hope everything's calmed down by then.
Yeah, I don't know if I'll be traveling by then. That would be that's my only concern.
Me too.
We've been really cautious with our traveling and taking, car trips and that sort of thing. So I don't know if I'll be plane ready
around the corner.
I know. I don't know if I'll be plane ready by then, but I'm looking forward to reinstating travel. That's going to be awesome. Yeah. Yep. I hear you,
everybody.
All right, you guys. Talk to you next time.
Oh, thank you again. Have a blessed day, everyone.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Bye.